The DCEU, the Snyderverse, or whatever you choose to call it. It wasn't perfect just because it had this actor and this actor and this scene doesn't make up for these actors and these scenes. I'm excited for the new DCU, or as I will be calling it, the Gunverse. Has a lot of great movies coming up, and a lot of good shows, and it's a reboot, so maybe Aquaman 2 is just a goodbye and not in the new universe. So obviously we'll be getting a lot of recastings. But this isn't a pre-write, it's a rewrite. And today I am going to be rewriting the Snyderverse. And this is phase 1. Okay, I'm gonna just skim over Man of Steel, remove these scenes, switch the depth to all of these places to show growth to Superman as a character, and make John Kent die of something basic. John Kent dying shows the audience that not everyone can be saved. Him dying from a tornado disproves this point, because it's not a heart attack. You can't stop a heart attack. Sure, you can't stop a tornado, but Superman can. BVS could have been way better. Now, I'm going to try to make these movies have the least amount of changes as possible. But for some reason, this movie makes Batman kill and Superman way more Jesus-y. Now, you can have Batman kill as long as people acknowledge it. It's because this is the mainline DCEU. It's not an Elseworlds like Batman 89. So you need to show the audience that he wasn't always a killer. I feel like fixing Batfleck's kill rule would be to make it all about Jason's death. And although that was the plan to kill off Dick, I feel like you would be wasting the two, with Jason later coming back as Red Hood and Dick playing Nightwing in the future. And another way to fix Batfleck's kill rule would be for him to kill occasionally, when he sees no other choice, instead of killing everyone. The way Bruce could be redeemed is through Clark. Clark being a symbol of hope in the last film, and Bruce hesitating to actually fight him, would show Superman being an idol, not just to the people, but to his quote-unquote colleagues. Lex Luthor should be the exact opposite of his BVS counterpart, but you can still have that crazy-ass nature from the actual film, just as a mask similar, and I know I'm gonna hate this, but this is similar to how Nolan portrays the Batman. Okay, I'm going off script for this part, and that's right, this is my first ever proper scripted video. You're welcome. I don't like the way people portray Batman these days, because people keep saying, oh, Bruce Wayne's the mask, and Batman's the actual Batman, when actually it's the 8-year-old boy that's the actual Batman, and Bruce Wayne's the mask, and Batman's the mask, because that makes Batman sound like a psychopath, when he isn't. He's just tortured. You're thinking of the Joker. Okay, I know it was early when the actual film did it, but Superman still dies, because in this rewrite, we're going to be sticking to our guns and our biology choice because this time we've earned it. But before we get to the Justice League movie, and yes, that's got its own future video because I'm gonna come. Sorry, slip of the tongue there. Perfect time for the voice to crack. But before we get to the Justice League movie, and yes, that's got its own future video because I'm gonna have to come up with a whole other story since we're not bringing back Superman back just yet. It was a short death, and sure, Cavill is getting done dirty, but this time he was done justice. We some kinda Suicide Squad. The point of the Suicide Squad is a task force that does shady things for the government, like kill a president.
We don't do that here.
Nope. Instead, the plot is, what if Superman was evil? Let's assemble a Black Ops team to kill the member of the Black Ops team. I'm not kidding. The main villain is a member of the actual team who gets set free, and everyone goes on and on about the next Superman killing the president. Okay, so here's the plot instead. The Suicide Squad go to Bialia, which is a fictional country in DC, run by a dictator named Queen Bee, who uses pheromones. You had a villain that could do such in the original. Why don't you pair that up with the thing they actually do in the comics? The Suicide Squad do shifty things like invade a country and kill that country's leader. So it wouldn't be that different. Also, the team should probably be small, but each member should have a purpose. But you don't know if they're going to die. So obviously, Harley wouldn't be there. I know everyone loves Margot Robbie's Harley, but it takes the fun out of the suspense knowing she's going to make it out. Okay, so my perfect Suicide Squad team is the team from the Justice League Unlimited show. So Rick Flag, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and Plastique, as well as the team from the Arrowverse Task Force, which is basically the same. It just has Bronze, Tiger, Shrapnel, John Diggle, and Harbinger. We're obviously not going to use John Diggle and Harbinger because John Diggle was a John Stewart counterpart, and Harbinger is a big part of Crisis on Infinite Earths. I don't know why they put them on that team, but still. Each member has a point to being there. Rick Flag's their leader. Plastique uses bombs. Deadshot's their gunner. Bronze, Tiger, and Shrapnel are their muscle. Captain Boomerang can just pick locks, and he just really likes boomerangs. Other members could be King Shark, Croc, Katana, and maybe even the most forgettable character, Slipknot. Now, he could be useful because he could help people climb things. I said he can help people climb things. And with a very sad and somber tone, I think we should end the video here. It's what Slipknot would have wanted. And make sure to like, comment and subscribe. And please, come back. I'm very lonely.